back to the Remote No Pressure Podcast, Bill.
Hey, it's good to be back.
Every week.
It's good to be back every week.
It is. Summer's
Yes.
finally here today.
Today is you're listening to this
On Sunday.
2 days past summer,
Right.
but
Yeah.
days are getting shorter now.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it in Michigan.
No, it's been a rough spring.
Oh, yeah. It's like we've been fishing with our streamers, and because all the water is so high
Yep.
and these fish are so well fed,
Yep.
it's just
Stupid gluttonous fish.
gluttonous fish. Yeah. It's just been a crazy time. Now, you just recently went up to,
Drummond Island.
how was it?
It was beautiful up there. Yeah. Well, away from all the rain.
Away from all. Did you guys get a lot of rain?
We did. We had one sunny 70-degree day, but the rest of the days were like 60s and rainy and gloomy, but still it's just gorgeous up there. Yeah.
You go up there every year, don't you?
The last 2 years, yeah. I'm going to try to make it more of a tradition.
Every year, two times.
Yeah. Yep.
You go up there every year, don't you? Well, that's my second time.
This is the second annual trip to Drummond Island.
But it was pretty nice up there. And
Yeah.
Tell me about the island. Like, what is that? What is it like up there? I've never been.
It's a decent sized island. We acquired this, I want to say, after the War of 1812. I don't know all the history because there's a whole chain of islands. If you look at the map of Lake Huron, there's these. The second smallest, and there's another one in Canada's right there, and then there's a big one that Canada connects to with a bridge. But when you're on the island, there's maybe 2 or 3 small little towns. There's not many businesses, not a lot of people, but everybody's super friendly. The roads are actually in really good shape for Michigan.
Only horse and carriages, but man, those roads are it's like Mackinac Island. You know, you've been to Mackinac Island, and their roads are like really nice because it's only horses. You know.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like it's the same as Drummond. Like the terrain's different up there. It's a lot more rock outcroppings. You know, like when you cross the bridge, how the land changes. Like you go from hardwood forest to like cedar swamps.
Right.
And like huge rock outcroppings. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Like the soil isn't pushing up against the concrete and creating these potholes.
Yeah, you're basically building it on top of a stone slab.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you get any fishing in?
I did not. I was hoping to, but
why not, Bill?
There's no streams up there that I've found. Like there's little, like small creeks that'll connect like lakes. There's a ton of lakes, but no rivers that I found.
Huh. But what happened to you?
Well. So we're going into this, are we?
Yeah. I already know. Here's the thing, listeners. Here's the thing. I already know what happened. I'm putting him on the spot, but you hurt yourself,
I
man.
did. About 12 hours into the trip, we arrived at the island, got settled in, me, my mom, and my brother, and my mom's dog.
Okay.
And
what kind of dog is it?
It's a Springer Spaniel. It's like a full bred.
Are those a big dog, or are they kind of like a...
They're a medium-sized dog. They're not huge, but they're not small, and this one's a little overweight, and he's strong, you know. He's a strong dog.
Is he old?
No, he's only about 3.
Okay. Your mom doesn't smoke, does she?
No.
Okay.
Not in front of me.
Okay. Oh, so you were up there. My bad.
And about 3 a.m, the dog woke up. Had to go outside because they were giving it water too late. And I guess it wasn't drinking in the car. Right? It was a good 5-hour drive, maybe 4-hour drive from my mom's place.
Okay,
6
which
hours
is
from
in
Grand
Cadillac.
Rapids.
Yeah.
Area. Cadillac area.
Area.
And so I go downstairs. I'm kind of groggy because it's 3 a.m.
Sure.
And I put a rope on it, and I'm taking it outside. And as soon as I stepped off the bottom step of this staircase, I twisted my ankle and sprained it, whatever you want to call it, and down I was. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was huge. When you sent me the picture of your ankles, like a basketball.
Yep. It's finally starting to turn flesh tone. I just have a few bruised marks here and there. So my toes are not black anymore.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were laid up most of the time.
I was.
You didn't get to do any fishing or
didn't.
nothing.
I forced myself to get out a little bit. Like I said, I was telling you, I went out on a kayak for 5 minutes, you know, and then I turned right back in. Because there was a nice day, and that was the day I injured myself.
Oh, wow.
You know, that was the 70-degree, the sun is shining, you got to get outside kind of day.
Right.
And yeah, I was on a lot of ibuprofen, you know. But yeah, it was still a good experience up there. Even though I sprained my ankle and was laid up all week, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a great thing. Now, you sent me an article.
Yes.
What is this article, Bill? Share with me.
Well, it's a collection of words talking about a topic.
It's a collection of words and/or
And this
phrases.
topic is science's newest miracle drug is free. And basically, it kind of goes along the same theme. I'm not even going to reference it now. I just had to look at the title. It goes along the same theme that we've talked about in the past. And like, I sent you a remember Saturday morning, a couple weeks back, maybe a month back, the news was on. So I got a DVR, so it kind of records everything. And I paused it and I rewound it, and I pulled my camera phone out and recorded this article about now this is not their words, but forest bathing. You remember we've talked about that in the past?
Yes, yeah, yep.
And same thing. That news article was, or on the news clip was about going outside, and that helps promote health. And people are doing this now as preventative medicine. And this article that I just read this last week and I sent to you was about the same thing. So there's a sick child that starts out, and the doctor's going through, okay, what kind of foods are you feeding him? All right. How much time does he spend outside? And the parents are like, none. He's just to and from the bus or whatever. So doctors are prescribing going outside, like we talked about last year, forest bathing, connecting back to nature.
Yeah. With or without clothing?
I would recommend with, but if
you are bathing, you gotta get those hard to reach spots.
And bring a loofah.
A loofah.
But you want some vitamin D. You want some skin exposed to the sun. Some people are averted to the sun. I always like to get a good burn every year. It sounds kind of productive.
The vitamin D thing and the sans clothing thing is just funny. So
really? You do absorb a certain amount of vitamin D from the sun too. And I supplement the crap out of my vitamin D also at home. Like all winter long, I'm taking mass quantities every day. You should see my medicine cabinet. I probably take like $5 worth of vitamins every morning.
Okay.
Different things.
Yeah. I have a friend who's fighting cancer. She spends like $2,000 a month on supplements, doing the holistic thing, trying to, with her chemo, she's doing them both at the same time. Yeah. So, but yeah, it is. I'm seeing more and more articles now about that whole thing about, being outdoors more, and even with my kids, just trying to be more intentional to make them go outside. I mean, we live on this little, like a little over an acre. We have a big cornfield. Yep. Then behind us, there's an elementary school.
Yeah.
So there's a track, there's a soccer field, full-size soccer field, basketball goals, and it's the summertime, so all the kids are out of school. It's like you have plenty to do.
Yes.
Like you don't have to sit in front of the TV.
Do you like hover? Do you like let them out and like watch them?
No.
Yeah, like that's how I was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My parents didn't care if I was like a quarter mile away down at the swamp. And that's not in a bad way. I mean, like
it was just a different time.
Yeah, we had 20 acres growing up, and like I would be out on the boundary of that at a creek, playing in the creek,
Oh, sure.
And if I didn't show up by sundown, they'd probably come looking. But I always, I'd get bored after 5-10 minutes of silence.
Yeah.
And like wildlife, and I get a little spooked sometimes when you're a kid, and I'm going back to the house.
No, I don't mind. It was a little weird at first.
Yeah.
It took me like, and they don't go like too far away.
Yeah.
But there's a school up back there and stuff, and they got a fort in the woods. I kind of know the general.
They got GPS trackers.
What I say is I know the general vasectomy. Of where they're at. I kind of know. Like that's what I say. They always look at me like, what?
Do they know what that is?
No, they don't. But yeah, it took me a little bit at first because now they're older. They're not little babies. So when they were really small, we lived in a neighborhood.
Yep.
And our room was upstairs, and I could literally look out my front window and see the cul-de-sac and all the kids playing, And even when they were young, I'd give them a little bit of freedom because I could see them. But now that they're older, it's like I let them go. Like my 6-year-old, I don't. Like he goes, if he's with his older brother, they can. But like they have a fort in the woods.
Yeah.
They have a place to play. And, there's a lot of fear that we see. I think a lot of it's a 24-hour news cycle that we see is your kids are going to get abducted.
Yep.
The sex trade is going to abduct your kids and get them into the sex trade. You almost think with the numbers that they give you, like this big semi is pulling up at a neighborhood and just loading up,
You've seen that semi
children. Too? But
the threat is real.
It's just like, when I started reading statistics on it, like I'm a libertarian, and so I subscribe to this rag called Reason. It's like a libertarian rag, and they had this whole sex magazine.
Whoa,
I think I loaned it to you.
I just read it for the articles.
Well, there's not very many pictures in there because it's all like from this think tank, Yeah. So they started like listing out numbers and like a lot of the, not that, I advocate for the sex trade by any means, but not that, whatever.
Let it go on the record.
Let it go on the record that I am saying I am not for those things. But for instance, it told a story of a guy who, it was an interesting story. It told a story of a guy who had a friend, was a girl, and she was in Kansas City, Kansas. And she was 17. Age of consent in Kansas City, Kansas is 17, and she's 17.
Yeah.
She meets a guy on Craigslist, and she needs a ride to go see him.
That's a legit place to meet
right.
people.
It's a good place. It used to be. I think they cut all that stuff out. So now, but he was in Kansas City, Missouri, where the age of consent is 18.
Oh.
So he gave her a ride to the guy's place. It was a cop. They busted her for and rescued her.
Soliciting?
Basically rescued her from her friend who gave her a ride. He went to jail because he gave his friend a ride. And it was like he was permanent record of. And then the cop said, "Oh, we rescued someone from the sex trade." Do you know what I mean? An underage. We rescued a child from the sex trade.
That's low-lying fruit. They're trying to just get whatever they can at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And
trying to get small wins.
With small wins that they can brag about and get more money for. You know what I mean? And mind you, I'm not for abducting children, and it's like. And that was whole age of consent for everyone who's listening. If it may be vice versa, Missouri or Kansas, I don't know, but they went over the state lines.
Yep.
But a lot of those, like this think tank put out this magazine and went through those. Like, what are the chances of your child really getting abducted? And I'm not saying it's not possible, and I'm not, I'm not saying be stupid, but when you start reading facts and educating yourself, you're like, okay, like. The world is not really that much different than it was when we were kids. Like, it's probably better now.
Yeah.
Because mass murders are down. People complain about how bad our country is, but really, like, mass murders are down.
But everybody has guns.
I mean, kind of, like, there's just a lot of great things that we're living in. And so when I started educating myself, I'm like, okay, I can get more comfortable with letting them go into the woods behind my house and build a fort, But it took me a lot of reading and like getting more and more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, go outside and play.
Yep.
Build something, break something. My son's got a BB gun. We've mentioned it. He was almost shooting his brother last time we were recording.
That's right.
But, he's got a BB gun. He goes out there and shoots stuff, random things. Like, we don't live in a neighborhood. So go enjoy this.
Think how much better off they're going to be when they're adults, too. And they've been doing this, and all the other kids are, living the zombie apocalypse of the electronic devices where they're always looking down, and they have macular degeneration because of these little screens, and their vision is terrible. They're just in much worse shape.
I think it was in the Atlantic. Another article I read was children are growing horns.
Really?
And it's a random. I think that was the headline to kind of capture your attention.
Was that the mark of the beast?
But you take the mark, you cannot buy yourself. No, but it was like a small, like, because their necks are pointed down all the time.
Yeah.
Looking at strings, and there's like this calcium buildup on the back of their skull that's actually creating a small.
I instantly just corrected my posture because thinking about that.
Think about that. Yeah. Think about that though.
I don't want to grow a horn.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Like as we evolve as humans, like, is that going to grow like an extra whatever?
What are their kids going to look like?
Well, it's weird. Like 30 years from now, everyone has this slight bump on the back of their head. Remember that show Aliens from the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
The show or the movie?
The show.
Oh, no, I didn't watch the show.
I think it was a show. Yeah, it was a show, a series, and they had that weird head-looking thing.
I don't remember that one.
Anyways, never mind. But, we talked a lot about like how fly fishing helped me so much, being outdoors and being, in nature. And I think a lot of people are starting, I'm seeing more and more articles about it. It's kind of becoming a trendy thing to talk about, actually.
Oh.
But
you're
maybe,
a classy gentleman. You fly fish.
Yeah, exactly. Once the millennials take over, they think it's cool and old and really difficult to do. They'll be like, let's do this. You know? But anyways, this part of our podcast is actually brought to you by our sponsors at Sandhill Coffee. You can actually check out their website at sandhillcoffee.com. And right now, believe it or not, they are offering our listeners a what is it called, Bill?
A code.
A code.
If you know the secret code.
If you know the secret code, don't tell anyone, but we're going to share it with you guys because you listen. But no, on your first order, if you type in outside 19,
Yeah.
you get 20% off your first order.
Awesome.
Here's the other thing. Before you turn it off or before you fast forward, we have our writing contest going.
Oh, yeah.
And Phil Wingo from sandhillcoffee.com has donated to us coffee and a mug for our first prize winner.
That's awesome.
A bag of coffee and a sweet. Those mugs are awesome.
They are.
Do you have a mug?
I do not.
I'm going to get you a mug, Bill.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a mug because you have to have a mug.
I'm going to take that mug.
You can take my mug and I'll get another one. But
You just want a new mug.
well, so what if I do? I was going to get it for you, but I'm like, I could get a new mug. Well, if you want to wait, I'll get you a mug. But he's offering some coffee and a sweet mug for our first prize listeners. So thank you very much,
That's
Phil Wingo.
awesome.
And some of you who don't know, we're running a short story contest between now, and we're going to announce the winners on our last episode on the last Sunday of July.
On our last episode,
The last Sunday of July.
we are going out of business.
Going out of business.
Everything
No.
must go.
No, we're not. We're not going out of business.
Fake news.
Fake news. Yeah. But, so go out there and type in outside 19 and get 20% off your first order. Thank you very much, Phil, for doing that. And then also our other sponsor, DeliFreshDesign.com.
Yes.
Deli
Oh, I'm
Fresh
sorry.
Design.
I missed
pointed
that
at
cue.
ya.
I know. I thought there was something on me.
It's all about
did
the
I
time.
spill on my shirt?
Yeah. It's DeliFreshDesign.com. And we really appreciate Ross White and his support
we do.
here. And if you go to his website, do you know his coupon code?
RNP20.
Yes, RNP20 at checkout.
Boom.
Boom. Get
Nailed it.
20% off your first order. And like we said, order 10 sling packs, about $1,000, and you save $200. That's buy 8 sling packs, get 2 free.
That just makes sense.
You can't afford not to shop.
Then you could sell those at full retail.
Nah, I don't know.
Or you could just use them
You
for
could.
10 different trips.
For 10 different trips. Because we roll like that, Bill.
Yep.
Who doesn't order 10 sling packs at a time? I question people
Deli
who
Fresh
don't.
is our Gucci.
I trust people. I don't trust people who don't order 10 sling packs at one time. I have two. One for me and one for my wife. And I got a discount on them when I ordered them. But I swear by it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
So go to Deli Fresh Design. I swear by it. I hold it up next to my face and I swear next. Yeah. Yeah. No, but go to DeliFreshDesign.com.
This is my sling bag,
This
damn it.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza's hanging out with the Houston Astros and is like swearing. Let me tell you. And he's just like, George Steinbrenner hears him talking and is like, you need a vacation. Were you a Seinfeld fan or not?
I was.
Okay,
I was.
yeah. Remember that episode?
I don't. I remember bits of the Yankee years.
The Yankee years. Yeah, it was Steinbrenner.
Yep.
But yeah, so go to DeliFreshDesign.com and SandhillCoffee.com. When you buy stuff from them, you're helping sponsor the show.
Absolutely.
So we greatly appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
So have you taken out your new fly rod yet, Bill?
Yeah, I already, we talked about that the last time.
That's right.
Actually,
That's right.
2 times.
Have you
Old news. No, I haven't taken it back out. I'm actually going out in about 2 hours. An hour.
Where are you going? Don't tell me.
Hall Lake. Wait,
Hall
don't
Lake.
tell you.
Okay, Hall Lake.
Where are
Okay.
you going? Don't tell me.
Where are you going?
What?
Don't tell me. Wait, I made a terrible mistake.
I do got to know again. Tell me.
Hall Lake?
Yeah,
You
that's
going-
it. Yankee Springs area.
You're going to go for bass or
No, bluegill again.
bluegill? That's a
Yep.
lot of fun. Taking your kayak on and everything?
Yep.
Do you have your kayak on your truck right now?
No. That's going home, packing that up, and meeting a buddy down there who's probably heading out there right now. But
Oh, sweet.
yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, yeah. I love that. Yeah. It's fun on the kayak, and that little rod is so responsive. It's fun. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun on a small.
Yep.
It's 3-weight, right?
3-weight. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, hey, I had an article too that came across.
Yeah.
Something-
Go on.
Something that we talk about a lot and we really enjoy talking about is meth.
Beavers?
Methamphetamine. No, it's I think it's in the beaver family.
Well, there's a common theme to both of those stories. The one with the guy accosting the beaver. You remember?
I'm very familiar with that.
He was on a controlled substance. Go ahead. Tell me about the squirrel.
No, you go ahead. He was on the controlled substance.
Not the beaver.
No, the guy was.
Yes.
In this particular article, it's the squirrel is on the methamphetamine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who was the squirrel accosting?
Well, he wasn't accosting anyone, but rumor had it that this guy had an attack squirrel that he would feed methamphetamine to, and he would
Because food is so expensive.
There's a real skinny squirrel after all that meth. But his neighbors accused him of having an attack squirrel in his apartment.
You know, squirrels are mean enough as is. Like, have you ever been put a pin in that a second? You ever been like downtown Grand Rapids, or maybe not downtown, but like some of the neighborhoods closer to town? And those squirrels. You remember my old place?
Yeah,
down in Elger Heights.
Sure.
And those squirrels would be mean. Like they would chase you onto your porch and like come close to the door if they felt threatened, and they would bark at you and call me names. Like they were racists. No, they were
used to seeing your kind around here.
You don't belong around these parts, do you?
This is squirrel country. This is squirrel country, boy.
Did that squirrel say something anti-Semitic? I don't know.
Yeah,
but they were mean. I mean, like, and you felt a little like insecure going to your car even sometimes if you saw squirrels out there.
Really?
So add meth to that equation.
Yeah, and we'll post both of these articles up on our Facebook here. But Alabama man denies pet is methed out. Methed out's in quotes. Anytime you get a good methed out in quotes, it's
he's not methed out.
Methed out per se, a little bit.
He dabbles.
But Alabama man denies pet squirrel is methed out. No, hold on. Alabama man denies pet is methed out. Attack squirrel. Now, if the guy just would have denied that it was a attack squirrel, I would have been like, that's kind of an interesting article.
But, well, I'm not going to deny he's methed out, but he's not a methed out attack squirrel.
Oh, the man this is an Alabama man, he was wanted on drug and gun charges, went on Facebook to deny police allegations that he fed his squirrel meth to quote unquote keep it aggressive.
How do you sleep at night? And I don't mean that in a conscience kind of way. I mean, like, I would be terrified
of the squirrel.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're taking drugs too and you're already paranoid, right?
Yep.
And you're just like staring at the squirrel, like, and he's staring at you. Like, what's going to happen when I sleep?
But imagine the conversations you guys would have.
They say some of those drugs open up your mind.
That's right.
You're another portal to the universe, you know? So maybe, it's like,
man, squirrel, you are just making so much sense right now.
You go in there, he's got like little bells and he's a Buddha hat on, you know? Like, but, you know, my first thought when I see a squirrel is, I wonder if that squirrel's taking meth.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you said, squirrels are mean as it is. Like, I remember I had a nanny when I was really young. Not like, I called her nanny.
Was she a squirrel?
No. She had squirrel-like traits. She was very
tendencies.
Small and, you know, she was a real nice lady. She had the good squirrel traits. That's awful. She was such a nice lady.
Oh, he's hiding nuts.
Oh, gosh. She was a really nice lady.
Hopefully she doesn't listen. We're not making fun of her.
She passed away. She was a really old lady. She went to our church and she'd watch me like when my parents, you know, and I called her nanny. She
lived in the tree outside.
Yeah. With her Keebler elf who was a husband. No, that's awful. He's a nice guy. He was a Korean War veteran.
Oh,
he used
wow.
to always watch MASH. I know. Isn't that crazy? And they were just a super nice couple.
Yeah.
But anyways, I remember because she was like old when I was a kid. You know, she was kind of old and she had some squirrel feeders out there. So she thought she would like pet a squirrel.
Oh, don't do that.
And she's like an older lady, you know, and these squirrels, they would like kind of eat out of her hand.
That's a surefire way to hear an old lady swear.
Oh, so she goes and like they would eat out of her hand, like they were getting really comfortable with her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like the squirrels as squirrels do. And so she thought, I'm just gonna reach down and like pet this squirrel. Well, she does it, and the squirrel went crazy on her hand and like bit her all out. She had to get like stitches and stuff and surgeries.
Oh man, when I worked for a brewery downtown, we had squirrels there too. And one of the bartenders like befriended a squirrel and would like feed it peanuts because we always had peanuts for patrons. And one day the squirrel, he went to hand it. He would have it in his fingers and like lean over, and the squirrel would grab it usually. And on the last day he did it, that I wasn't there much longer after this point. But the squirrel bit him on the finger, and I think he's got a healthy fear of squirrels now. Yeah.
Wow. Like they're not nice animals.
No.
But animals nonetheless.
They're the jerks of the animal kingdom.
Yeah, but I heard you can make some killer flies out of their tail.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll teach them.
Well, we can start raising squirrels. Have you ever seen Whiting Farms feathers that they make for?
No.
Dude, their chickens that they raise.
Yeah.
For tying flies for fly tying material, dude, you need to check them out.
I will. Send me a link.
Yeah, I'll send
and
you.
put it on our Facebook.
They're like giant roosters, dude. Like bred to be superior roosters. They're unbelievable. Just crazy.
They take martial arts classes, and they are superior fighters.
Exactly. Have I ever told anyone on the podcast how my stepdad used to fight chickens?
You've told me. I don't know if you've brought that up in the podcast.
Yeah, he's a big cockfighter.
Ballsy.
Yeah, it's a ballsy profession to get into. I'll have to tell that next time on the remote, no pressure. But no, he used to, because we lived in East Texas and Louisiana was the very last state to outlaw cockfighting. And yeah, we'll have to tell that story sometime.
That's a weird sport.
Yeah, my mom split when I was 9. She married this guy. And so my dad was a pastor, and then this guy was a cockfighter. So it went from like one extreme to another.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
That is an interesting. It's not like a lateral move.
No, it's not. You know, you think you'd move up. You
Yeah.
know, like okay.
I want somebody with more money.
Right.
I want somebody with a good set. I gotta watch what I say there. Never mind.
Yeah.
Take this out of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, anyways. Well, I know this is an interesting format. We didn't have an interview this week, but Bill, thank you so much for all you do on the podcast.
Oh, no, I enjoy it.
Thanks for hanging out with us and yeah, we'll go fishing this week and and get out on the water. But but until next time, all you guys.
Oh, don't forget YouTube channel.
Oh, tell us about it, Bill.
Yeah, we've been working on this for a while. We have every episode. As soon as we publish on Sunday, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
So, go check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Subscribe.
Just go to YouTube and search Remote No Pressure.
Also, our writing contest.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
It's going to be up.
Going to have some prizes.
Submit between now and the last episode of July.
Yes.
You'll be published. We have over 12,000 between our mailing list, our social channels. We have about 12,000 followers. So we'll be able to publish your works through that whole thing.
That's cool.
So you'll get some cool recognition and some prizes. We're not asking you to do it for
maybe
free.
have them on the show.
And have you on the show to read your...
Yep. Or just talk about it.
What we could do...
I can't read very well verbatim. To he... Oh, dang it. The... No.
What we'll do is start a fire and then get some pipes and sit around and... back in 4 years ago.
Back in 16.
Yeah. God, this podcast is going down real quick. Well, also, be sure to leave us a review. We always really appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
And until next time, go fishing.